Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? I'm sorry I didn't get to you yesterday, but I'm burnt out. I am burnt out on this Married to Medicine. I got to say it. I got to say it. I'm sick of Heavenly. I'm sick of Quad. I'm sick of Quad's boyfriend. I'm sick of Mimi. I'm sick of Toya. I'm sick of Simone. All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
I'm just sick of them. I'm sick of all of them. I really think this cast need a reboot. I do.
Yeah.
You know, keep two of them and get rid of three of them. I just
get rid of all of them.
Yes, I do think it. Well,
because it just wouldn't be fair to get rid of some and keep others.
But that's what they do on the show. I think this show needs to be. I hear that they can't find people that want to do it. I can't believe that. There's always somebody that want that fame. There's always somebody saying, if I can get on that. That's how I see Mimi and her husband now. Yes, I didn't see them like that. But now after listening to all the commentary, they were just on for the get out.
Yes, how disappointing.
I don't even... To me, I didn't like the fact that they came in and making their judgments with their judgy eyes. They haven't even been around long enough to judge anything. Stay out of it. That's what Phaedra did. Stay out of it.
Yes. You don't know them literally.
Right. You know, you don't know them. You just coming in other than what you seen on TV or what you heard. You come in and you judging and picking sides because it's in your best interest. And I don't like Mimi for that or her husband.
No, not at all.
I don't like it. I don't like it. You don't know these people.
No, not.
But y'all put in a place, and even you, right at the gate, was made choose us or get out. And y'all chose to stay, even if it meant walking on somebody else. Not cool. You know what? You know what? Wickedness never prevails. Sooner or later, it's going to get you. You know, yes. Baby Crone.
And she's the therapist here. That's the crazy part.
Baby Crone, what we got to talk about?
Yeah, well, this season finale episode was Bridgerton themed, or as Toya called it, Georgington. Actually, it was to celebrate her 16 years of marriage to Eugene. Great for them, 16 years. However, she was talking about how that the anniversary is going to need some security because she's not sure, because Quad T specifically and Greg hadn't RSVP'd, but Quad said that they was coming, but she didn't want to be around Greg's the whole restraining order.
It's so childish.
It is.
It's exhausting.
It is.
It is exhausting. It is exhausting. I'm telling you what's exhausting. It's exhausting to see Evelyn. What's her name? Elaine. Because I don't really want to call her Heavenly. And I heard her name is Elaine.
Oh, yeah.
So when I say Elaine, allegedly, that's her real name. Not Dr. Heavenly. Elaine. Dr. Elaine. Dentist Elaine. I just feel as though she needs to go.
Yes.
And it's just unbearable. Like I'm finding it unbearable. Her mouth, her husband, they just, ugh. And I find it difficult. I find myself angry. And I don't know if that's the feeling I should feel when I look at a show. No, they just disgust me. They just disgust me. And I feel as though no matter what people say, Bravo gonna do what Bravo gonna do. They need a reboot, and they need what's her name, Elaine, which is Dr. Heavenly. They need Elaine and Quad gone.
Yes.
If you give it a Sweet Tea and Greg, then all three of them could go. But I don't think it's fair because Greg is married to medicine.
He is.
He is. His wife is. Quad is not. That's my only beef with that. Why y'all making it into a show to walk around Quad when Quad has always been funny acting to you all? I don't get it.
I
don't get it
either.
Y'all can work with Sweet Tea. Y'all can mold her, make her. She's 32 years old. Y'all can work with her. Y'all can work with her. But this Quad, and then she said to her, then in other words, if you don't want me, then lose me or whatever. But when they did, you crawled back.
Yes, crying.
Begging. Take me back. Take me back.
Yep. And back then they said, well, when the cameras aren't around, you aren't hanging with us or talking to us. So what do you want us to do?
But Sweet Tea was willing to do that. Yes. But that's Quad. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
She's never been good in good cahoots with all of the women all at once. This woman has always played a victim. Quad has always played the victim. Even back to Mariah, she has always been the victim. She's always self-loathing. In other words, I need an apology. I can't go on unless you. This is stupid.
Yes.
Somebody need to apologize. Y'all grown people.
Mm-hmm. Even down to the fact that her significant other, King, feels the same way, talking about how he's disappointed. We're all grown adults here, and as grown Black men, we should be able to talk to each other and not have to have a restraining order. I wasn't going to attack him. He's blowing this out of proportion. It's just honestly ridiculous. This is how King is feeling, that he was unprovoked, that he was like, I did not run up on him.
Yes, you did. That's what we saw. I saw that. We saw you running, and we saw Gregory running backwards. I don't blame him. If some big buck come running at big black buck, come charging after me, yeah, you know what? I'm a back up too. You know, I mean, and clearly it wouldn't have been a fair fight because this guy towered over Greg.
Yes. And not even to mention probably the age difference. So maybe Greg's not even able to move fast enough like that to catch up to King. So it's just all the disadvantages.
Why's that young man coming after that older guy?
Exactly.
But what I understand, excuse me, talk for a minute.
Okay. And with that, I just feel as though King here is just as Quad. I actually thought King had some sense inside of him and was able to see the situation a little bit more differently. However, he is right there with Quad, feeling as though him and Quad are both not in the wrong here.
Are victims.
Yes, they are the victims, and that there should be no reason that a restraining order was put against him, even though they were charged. Or T said there wasn't even restraining order put in place.
Let me be clear. I didn't understand it, but Sweet Tea made it understandable about filing for this restraining order. She said, on your job, they're working. This is a job. This is we're looking at it because it's reality TV. But at the end of the day, that's a job. And on your job, you have to have paper trails that this happened to me on set. Yeah. My job. And so you had to run the paper trail so it could say, this is an accident report. This happened to me. She explained it better than that, but that's the best I can explain it in my way of looking at it. So I think that's a good thing, because if you fell on your job, you know, somebody pushed you, you're going to go and file a complaint. That complaint has to be, that's what she helped me to understand. That's business.
Yes.
And for them doctors to understand that, that's business. This is a workplace. They're trying to make it out like we all close and we all like, but they're not. They're not.
No.
But they want to get the sentiment of that on camera. So when Sweet Tea explained that to me, I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah, that did make sense.
So so you got these doctors who deal with malpractice and all of this. They should know better. This is their workplace.
Yes.
You gotta do that to cover it, to say I press charges. I had a complaint with this. That makes sense to me. And for anybody out there that says it wasn't necessary, it is if it's a workplace. Yes. This ain't your buddy. He don't know that guy like that.
Right. That's what we're forgetting.
And what if and remember, what if this guy on the outside is a dick and want to harass him and fight him and throw things? And he don't know this guy from Adam. So he's just following protocol. And this is not even taken up for Dr. G. That was smart. I didn't understand it. Now I can say I agree because it just makes sense.
Yeah, and what I have to say to that is she's definitely right. Reality TV blurs the line between the job and reality.
Right. And also, one of my happy listeners told me that when it come down to Dr. Gregory, that he's a 3. He's not even the ranking high anymore because all of this foolishness going on.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I want to know what it's like for all of them. Because it don't look good.
No, it doesn't.
Toya make her husband look awful.
She really do.
I do like the way that I do like Jackie and her husband.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like him, but I like the way they are to each other, you know, like they are old couple to me, old. Not old in age, but just old, like mature.
Old energy.
Old, right, not an age thing. And how they laugh and their little things and how he tower over her. And, you know, I like them together. I do. I have a problem with Simone because she's so loud and ignorant. She's not, when she's loud and ignorant, that's ignorance to be so loud. And I can't tolerate that in her. I just think she's tacky like Heavenly.
Yeah.
However, I do think that she can be a little fair when she stepped out of a situation.
Yes, most definitely she can.
She could be fair, but she could be fair and wrong.
That's true too.
And that was her fairness could be wrong. So that's what I'm saying. When she stepped out of herself and she's able to look at things, I think that she can be open-minded.
Yes.
But I think the yelling and the arguing and that pitched voice, it's too much. But people like that. What
also happened in this show, speaking a little bit more about T and Dr. G, they went on a dinner date where they had a conversation. Actually, I do believe now, speaking of present time, Sweet Tea, is Sweet Tea pregnant?
That's what you said. I don't know, but I don't know.
If they are, congratulations to them finally.
If she is, congratulations. However, they swinging back and forth. We don't know how they running these things. Because when she was sitting at the table, they had the argument. She said she was pregnant. Now everything she's saying, she's not pregnant. I don't know.
Yeah, and we did see her YouTube channel, and it did not look like it. But who knows when those videos were recorded either. But however, at this dinner date,
excuse me for eating, but I got hungry.
Understandable. T and Dr. G was talking about their stance within the group, how Greg is feeling the fact that the boys aren't standing up for him, and he's been in the friend group for so long. He's just like, I don't understand how suddenly they are turning against me. What have I done to them? They're not, it's like they've almost lost respect for me. And T is saying that, you know, they're standing by their wives and they're trying to defend their wives and stuff
for that money and that fame. A lot of them just showing off in front of that camera. Toya, one of them.
Right. So with T
and so Dr. Heavenly and so Quad, those three, the drama queen.
They really are. But T and Greg have both come to the conclusion that they're not sure if they want to continue with Married to Medicine because they are feeling so iced out, excluded, unwelcomed, that they're just like, why stay in a place in an environment when we're clearly not want to?
I believe that Sweet Tea said about some interviewer asked her about that they ever had the meetup. They said that the boy never showed up. Never showed up. A lot of things, pomp and circumstances. A lot of things they do in front of the camera.
That's true.
You know, and what they did, I'm telling you, that I would have not gone. You mean to tell me they gave this dinner? And y'all had me come to happy hour.
Yes.
And forced me out when they got the whole night. That's some bogus stuff right there.
At the cocktail opening, you didn't get to see how beautiful it was. You didn't get to have the dramatic
I don't think that was right.
And then not only that, then they didn't even have the audacity to really say, hey, T, could you leave? They came up to T, be like, hey, do you want to stay? Because Quad is coming here. We don't think you would want to stay, right? Like trying to say, just to say you want to leave instead of us making you leave.
Because Kajasa was trying to get them to stay.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that.
They did not.
But Sweet Tea was willing to stay.
Yes, Sweet Tea was willing to stay.
They got kicked out. I didn't like that.
Even Dr. G said, he was like, you know what? In time heals all things. So, we'll see our way out and just give time to heal this.
You seen that hurt look on Sweet Tea's face?
Yes.
I wonder when. For an hour?
And she knew, but apparently Dr. G didn't fully know that they had to leave. So it was
because he probably wouldn't have went.
Right, because he was.
They didn't even go to the function. What they just went to some old happy hour.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been angry. I would have been like, I don't get to see the food. She had to go home and cook. I don't get to eat. I don't get to see the beauty. I didn't get none of that. No. Oh, hell no. Excuse me. Sweet Tea wanted to go. I guess her husband was like, no, but I guess at the end he went. And it was an hour. And you could tell they didn't want to leave.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And shortly after they came, here come the Grinch and her sister.
Elaine and Quad.
The Grinch and her sister.
Yeah, and so when this came to happen, first off, once they had their introductions, they went down a nice stair bouquet, very dramatic,
beautiful.
very beautiful, very Bridgerton, like everything was it, even down to the way the narration of the television did.
Georgetown.
Yes, Georgetown.
And remember, Georgia was old, so they lived in that royalty too back in the day.
That's true. But yeah, they was really committed to that dress. Most of their outfits was beautiful. Just would like to say that, except for Simone, that hot pink, I really wasn't feeling.
It stood out.
It did stand out in the wrongest way.
It looked like it was like a ball dress, like you go into the ball. If
it was a different color, it probably would have worked.
If it was in off-white, it would have.
Yeah.
And made out of some chantilly lace or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I thought Sweet Tea looked good.
Yes.
And so did Greg. I did.
Yes. Now they embodied Bridgerton.
I liked the little things with them, and I loved it. I thought she did it very well. When I saw her, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And besides, I think Sweet Tea is very attractive. She really is.
Yeah.
Without makeup.
That too.
Go ahead.
Yes, and they truly do love each other, as we see the way they interact with each other in the kitchen, even though they do have some playful banter with each other. They just definitely have a genuine connection. That's just great to see with them. They really solidified in their love within each other.
I want to fuss.
Okay, what you want to fuss about now?
I want to fuss about Quad. I want to fuss about Quad.
Yes.
I want to fuss about Heavenly.
Yeah, that is the last thing we do have to talk about at this Georgetown party.
I just want to fuss. Like, I just want them gone. Like, just get rid of Evelyn. Get rid of Elaine. Please get rid of Dr. Elaine. Please. And the idea, I'm telling you, it makes me sad to know that this big mouth, ignorant woman.
Yes.
Got all this power.
For real. How?
I don't even understand it. She says her horrible things about gay people. It's enough. I can't just get rid of her. Get rid of her. Let her go.
Yeah.
And she can still talk about the show all she wants.
Yeah.
But I just want her gone. I can deal with Quad.
Okay.
You could take Quad, I don't care, but please, network, please consider getting rid of Dr. Elaine.
Yes, please.
Better known as Effingly.
Effingly. I like that because that's what she is.
I just think that she's obnoxious. I think she's loud. I think she's rude. She has no bedside manners on air. I don't get it. She keeps stuff going. She's out of order. She's always thinking loud and coming down the stairs. Yeah, no, just shut up. Shut up, please. She got to make a grand entrance.
She do.
And y'all know, she's so ignorant to me that I just have a hard time watching the show because she show up.
That's true, honestly.
I don't know.
She's the least of my favorite, and then Quad above her.
Quad, Miss Quad. Girl, I think they need to find another show for you.
Yeah, they do. Get your own show, please.
Yeah, like Quad in the single life. Or Quad and what's her boyfriend name? King and Quad. Do something. I just don't think that she fits on the show anymore. No, I would like for it to stay true, married to medicine.
Yes.
I would like that. And I'm sure there's a whole lot of other doctors out there that don't mind getting wretched.
That's true, clearly.
So, that's what I think. I think it's a lot of them out there. And as far as Heavenly, I don't even understand how she could walk around and feel superior like she done nothing wrong. It's just...
That's just when you have a lot of yes people around you that just boost your ego and don't do anything to correct your behavior.
But her castmates are boosting her ego. Exactly. Her castmates want her there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go figure. Well, anything else we want to say about it?
Well, we know that the reunion is going to be coming up soon.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Phaedra is not there.
Phaedra said, I left these hoes. I don't want to be bothered. And I'm glad she did. Yeah. And y'all could talk about Phaedra all y'all want, but you know what? She's like, I don't need it. Been there, done that. Yeah. Not going back into that hole. Y'all do that foolishness. Grow up. Good girl, Phaedra, good girl. And I'm on her side for that. And it took me a long time to like Phaedra after she did what she did to Candy. But now, after I seen her on Traitors and others and this, and I'm back to loving her. I hope she stays sweet.
Mm-hmm. And also, it seems like the ladies cannot stand the fact that they have been called mean girls.
Because they are. The truth hurts.
Mm-hmm.
The truth hurts.
So they're like on this media campaign to try to sway the narrative.
But they even talking bad. They even sending subliminal awful messages out to the housewives of Atlanta.
Yes. This is
that all right?
I have no idea. That's how bad and toxic it is getting on Married to Medicine, that they have to deflect and tear down another show to rise up their show.
And I also heard this before, that Dr. Damon went with Heavenly's sister. Mm-hmm. I just want to know, why so much of the drama stay away from Heavenly and her husband?
Oh, because she's so busy in everybody else's drama that we forget about her.
Well, creating.
Mm-hmm. Yep, creating so much drama that we're distracted. And
Sweet Tea said she knew Apollo was coming when they had that sandbar. Mm-hmm. She said, but Phaedra told her she didn't know that his wife was coming.
Right.
That was the problem. Mm-hmm. So they want to make it out, no, it wasn't about her husband. It was about her wife, because they could have said she can't come.
Right.
But they let her on the boat. And that's what Phaedra was upset about. And I get that, Phaedra. And then they sitting there gossiping while she talking about you like a dog while y'all on the boat.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, to be fair, Elaine was actually on the phone with Apollo, and she was just like, yeah, you and your wife are coming, right? And he was just like, no, it's just me.
Dr. Elaine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when Dr. Elaine heard that, she was like, oh, okay, it's just Apollo coming. But she opened up the door to be saying, hey, if you want to bring your wife, you can bring her. I thought she was coming.
But she should have asked Portia. She should have asked Phaedra.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what the beef was.
Yes.
So that's mean.
It is mean girl behavior.
Why would you want to call him on the show anyway? He's not a doctor. What else can we say about it? I watched it Sunday and I watched it yesterday. But I can say that I find myself getting so frustrated that when I come on air, I'm just depleted. I just feel a sense of hopelessness. Like, why complain? Nothing changes.
No.
For whatever reason, no matter how low their numbers are, no matter what, Bravo keep these women around. And for me, I can't stand, my biggest I can take Quad, and I don't even like her. I don't. I just want them to just sit down heavenly, just one season, to show her who's in charge, and that this show can go on without her.
Yeah, for
and
real.
her messy antics. She's messy. She's loud. She's obnoxious. She's rude. And she thinks she's doing everybody a favor.
She really do. I don't know.
She's delusional. You talk about everybody, but you don't talk about you and your husband, the man who allegedly had kids.
Yes.
I can't. Everybody else, she's got to find something, but you never know. You don't see her talking about herself.
Nope, not at all. Other than the fact that she's an empty nester now. That's all you know, pretty much.
And she work all the time. If she's not doing a blog and she's being a dentist on the show, she work a lot. Why she work so much? Where's Damon? In the basement. It's just, I have a very strong disdain for her, and I want her gone for so many reasons. If they can get rid of her, I would appreciate. I can tolerate everybody else.
Yeah, and honestly, if they felt like, speaking of other reality TV shows, if they felt like Robin wasn't sharing enough of her personal life on the show, so she needed to go. Dr. Elaine isn't showing enough of her life and personal life, so she can go too on that same principle.
I agree. So, with that being said, what do we say?
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed our commentating. Yeah. I'm just so frustrated about the show. I can't even fuss. I can't even talk about it because I just had to let it just drift out my system because I ain't going to carry that with me.
Yeah, because it's pretty much just about 4 people. King, technically King, but it's about Quad, T, Dr. Elaine, and
Dr. Damon. And also King.
Yep.
That mush match. But we'll come back a little stronger next week because that's when the union started.
Yes.
And I can't iterate it enough how disappointed I was when they kicked them out.
Yes.
After all that, and I wish that she should have told Dr. G that, because at the end of the day, it wasn't even worth coming.
No, it wasn't.
And you didn't even invite them to the main event. That's whack to me. See, I feel a way about that. I really feel a way about it. And I know that Toya, if it would have been better if they didn't come, but you begged and you begged and you begged. Yes. So then they come and you only give them an hour and then boost them out so they don't even get the part. And I would have just did it where one of them, I don't know. I just felt like to just have that, they didn't get to come to the thing.
No, they didn't. And
I didn't like that. I'm very upset about that, but I got to let it go. So with that being said, you know how we feel. Please, if you got this far, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our Esoteric Station, please give us, what is it? Subscribe. Subscribe to us. Just hit subscribe and there you have it. And if you like our content and you think that I say something that you may want to add on to or take away from, it's cool. Be respectful. Please leave a comment below and I always answer. So with that, have a marvelous day until we meet again. You know what we say? We love you. Sunflowers.